A thunderous roar shattered the stillness as Israeli F-15 fighter jets launched a powerful first strike, leveling a key Iranian military base in seconds. In a bold show of strength, these fourth-generation warplanes reminded the world they're still a force to reckon with. But what are the real capabilities behind this surprise attack? And how has Iran responded to this escalating air campaign? Join us as we uncover how Israel's F-15 fighter jets launched a devastating first strike that wiped an Iranian military base off the map. Israel recently declared that it now holds a commanding advantage in the skies, just days into the major operation that targeted Iran's nuclear infrastructure and military capabilities. The aim of the campaign is to significantly weaken Iran's defense systems, including the destruction of many surface-to-air missile launchers scattered across the country. At the heart of the aerial assault is Israel's advanced fleet of F-35 Iranian stealth fighter jets, which flew missions deep into Iranian airspace. These fifth-generation aircraft are supported by older fourth-generation jets like the F-16 and F-15. While the older jets lack the stealth features of the F-35I, they are still being used effectively, particularly to drop low-cost glide bombs on a range of Iranian military targets. On Sunday, Israeli fighter jets carried out a strike on the airport in the eastern Iranian city of Mashhad. The city lies over 1,400 miles from Israeli territory, making the mission Israel's longest-range attack since the start of its bombing campaign. This strike not only highlights Israel's deep strike capabilities, but also demonstrates its ability to operate in Iranian airspace with minimal resistance. According to the Institute for the Study of War, a conflict research center based in Washington, D.C., these airstrikes on Iranian military airports and air defense systems will likely limit Iran's ability to push back against Israeli operations from within its own airspace. By degrading Iran's ability to track, intercept, or defend against incoming aircraft, Israel is attempting to maintain full aerial dominance as it continues its offensive. Israel's military has also employed more cost-effective methods to extend the reach and frequency of its operations. Its aircraft are using joint direct attack munitions, simple gravity bombs that have been upgraded with affordable guidance kits. These kits, produced by American defense contractor Boeing, convert standard unguided bombs into precision-guided weapons. Although JDAMs are not classified as standoff weapons, meaning they must be released closer to their targets, they offer a balance of accuracy and affordability. The ability to deliver these precision strikes with older aircraft equipped with JDAMs allows Israel to conserve its most advanced assets while still delivering powerful blows to Iranian military sites. These weapons enable Israel to strike a variety of locations, from radar installations and command centers to missile storage facilities and airports, all while minimizing the risk of civilian casualties and conserving high-end resources. Israeli fighter jets have not only relied on American-made JDAMs during their campaign against Iran, but have also been seen carrying locally developed spice bombs. These bombs, similar in function to JDAMs, use advanced guidance kits to transform ordinary, unguided bombs into precise strike weapons. The SPICE system, short for SMART, Precise Impact, Cost-Effective, was developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, an Israeli defense company. Open-source intelligence sources have confirmed the presence of both JDAMs and spice bombs in Israeli airstrikes across Iranian territory, including around the capital, Tehran. The use of these affordable yet highly accurate weapons signals that Israel is able to hit strategic targets without having to rely exclusively on its more costly missile systems. This gives the Israeli military a broader set of tools and more flexibility in how it chooses to strike. Analysts have also mentioned that Israel's ability to fire these smart bombs without much concern for Iranian air defenses reflects its current aerial dominance. The combination of precision and lower cost has allowed Israel to maintain a high tempo of attacks while preserving more expensive and limited munitions for other priorities. On the other side of the conflict, Iran has responded by launching over 370 ballistic missiles at Israel since Friday, firing them in waves aimed at overwhelming Israeli defenses. Government figures from Israel indicate that at least 30 of these missiles reached impact zones, leading to the deaths of approximately 24 people and injuring more than 590 others. Ballistic missiles are extremely costly, often priced in the millions of dollars per unit. In contrast, a single JDAM can cost only tens of thousands of dollars, and spice bombs, though slightly more advanced, still fall into a more affordable category. The cost disparity highlights how Israel is carrying out its campaign with a more sustainable and cost-effective strategy, while Iran is using up expensive and harder-to-replace missile reserves. By launching multiple missile salvos, Iran is quickly depleting its stockpile of long-range weapons. While Tehran is believed to possess several hundred or possibly even a few thousand ballistic missiles capable of reaching Israel, this rate of fire could soon strain its inventory. Israel, for its part, reported on Monday that it has already destroyed one-third of Iran's missile launch platforms, making it more difficult for Iran to continue firing at the same rate. In addition to missiles, Iran has also sent hundreds of drones toward Israel. These unmanned systems, while much cheaper than ballistic missiles, come with their own limitations. The Shahed 136 drone, for example, one of Iran's most widely used models, is estimated to cost as little as $20,000. However, drones move far more slowly than missiles and are easier for air defense systems to detect and intercept. This contrast in cost and effectiveness has become a defining feature of the conflict. Israel's strategy of combining high-end air power with cost-effective precision weapons appears to be working. It is neutralizing key targets deep inside Iran while conserving resources. At the same time, Iran's response, though aggressive and sustained, is burning through critical stockpiles of both missiles and drones, raising questions about how long it can maintain this level of intensity. As the air war continues, Israel's blend of technology, affordability, and tactical advantage is clearly shaping the course of the conflict. Although Israel has maintained air superiority during its current operation against Iran, the continued missile and drone attacks from Tehran are placing a growing financial burden on Israeli defense systems. Each time Iran launches a wave of drones or missiles, Israel is forced to respond with its high-tech air defenses, each of which comes at a steep cost. At the lower end of this cost scale is the Iron Dome system, designed to intercept short-range threats like rockets and small drones. A single interceptor missile from the Iron Dome system is estimated to cost around $50,000. While effective and widely used, the expense adds up quickly when facing dozens or hundreds of incoming threats. For higher altitude or more dangerous projectiles, Israel turns to the Arrow 3 system. This advanced defense platform is capable of intercepting targets in space, but comes with a much higher price tag. Each missile fired costs several $million. As Israel's defense systems worked around the clock to neutralize wave after wave of missiles, it wasn't alone in the effort. American officials have confirmed that United States military forces in the region have been involved in defensive support, helping intercept some of the Iranian missiles aimed at Israel. However, Washington has emphasized that its involvement is limited to defensive efforts, and that it is not participating in any of Israel's offensive strikes against Iran. Behind the scenes, though, U.S. support extended far beyond missile interception. The United States and Israel secretly modified Israel's F-35 warplanes to increase their range, allowing them to strike deep into Iranian territory without refueling and without losing their stealth advantage, according to what two American officials revealed to Middle East Eye. The change, described as classified, was designed specifically to support Israel's major air assault on Iran. These officials, who requested anonymity, confirmed that during the Friday attack on Iran, Israeli F-35s did not use mid-air refueling or land in any nearby countries for fuel. Instead, the aircraft were able to complete their long-distance mission using a new internal fuel system. This system was developed jointly by the United States and Israel, and it does not interfere with the jet's stealth profile, one of its most important features. Israel's customized version of the aircraft is known as the F-35 Adir. This fifth-generation stealth fighter is the only one of its kind that has been modified to such a degree, offering Israel capabilities that are not available to other countries operating the F-35. This change significantly increased the F-35's value as a long-range strategic weapon. The officials also noted that the scale and surprise of Israel's strike on Iran would not have been possible without this upgrade. One of the officials described the development as a game changer and confirmed that American support was critical in making it happen. While the technical details of the upgrade remain classified, defense analysts believe the system involves the use of additional internal fuel tanks, likely installed in such a way that they do not affect the aircraft's radar cross-section. This would preserve the jet's stealth shape while extending its mission range. The upgrade is not just important for Israel's defense strategy, it's likely to be noticed by other powers as well. Military observers across the Middle East are expected to study the F-35 performance during the operation closely. And beyond the region, rivals like Russia and China will also be paying attention to how the F-35 was used in real combat and what that means for future conflicts. This cooperation also underlines the depth of military ties between the United States and Israel. Both officials confirmed that the modification was carried out with full involvement from American defense experts, reflecting Washington's ongoing commitment to keeping Israel ahead in high-tech air warfare. One American official declined to give specifics on how the F-35 was modified to carry more fuel, but hinted that some form of external feature had been added. A second official was more direct, stating that Israel attached external drop tanks to its F-35 jets to extend their range for the Iran mission. Aerospace expert Richard Abulafia from Aerodynamic Advisory responded to the news by calling the modification impressive, period. According to him, using drop tanks was likely Israel's only realistic option if it wanted to avoid both mid-air and ground refueling. The real challenge, Abulafia explained, was to develop an interface between the F-35 and external fuel tanks in a way that doesn't compromise its stealth capabilities. He noted that simply attaching tanks isn't enough. The entire fuel delivery and mounting system must be carefully re-engineered to fit within the aircraft's aerodynamic and radar-invisible design. Abulafia described the upgrade as a complex engineering feat, saying, "The Israelis, with American support I assume, practically performed surgery on an existing jet to make it work." The F-35 fighter jet is officially listed as having a combat range of about 700 miles, while the shortest one-way distance between Israel and Iran is roughly 620 miles. This means that a round trip would not be possible without either refueling or significant modifications to extend fuel capacity. Without mid-air refueling and without the ability to land in nearby countries for fuel, Israel's options were extremely limited. One theoretical possibility could have involved using a United States base in the Gulf region or in Azerbaijan, but both officials who spoke to Middle East Eye confirmed that no refueling occurred on American bases. In fact, Azerbaijan publicly denied any involvement. The country's foreign minister, Ceyhun Bayramov, spoke with his Iranian counterpart, Abbas Araghchi, and assured him that Azerbaijan would not allow its airspace or territory to be used for launching attacks on Iran or any other country. Rumors and reports over the last few years had already hinted that Israel was working on ways to extend the F-35's range, especially for missions that required deep penetration into enemy territory. These latest revelations suggest that Israel succeeded, with direct cooperation from the United States. The modification, while still officially secret, represents a significant shift in the capabilities of the F-35 Adir, Israel's version of the stealth fighter. This development not only allowed Israel to carry out a highly complex and long-distance strike, but also signaled the evolution of stealth aircraft technology in active combat settings. The ability to launch deep strikes without refueling, while maintaining radar invisibility, gives Israel a serious advantage in the region. As more details emerge, analysts around the world are watching closely to understand just how far this new capability can go. Back in the year 2021, Israel's Walla news outlet reported that the Israeli Air Force was actively developing a drop tank system for its fleet of F-35 Adir fighter jets. According to that report, the modification was expected to be completed within 2 years, a timeline that now appears to have aligned closely with Israel's recent air operations. At first glance, attaching an extra fuel tank to a jet might seem like a simple task. However, U.S. officials and aerospace experts stress that when it comes to stealth aircraft, like the F-35, it's a far more complex and delicate process. The F-35 is built with radar-absorbent materials and highly specialized engineering that minimizes detection by enemy radar systems and infrared sensors. Every part of its exterior, internal systems, and overall shape is designed to reduce its radar signature. This means that any physical change, especially the addition of an external tank, could potentially compromise the jet's stealth capabilities. One of the major technical concerns comes from what happens after the drop tank is released mid-flight. According to a 2021 article by the Aviationist magazine, once the tank is detached, the jet is left with exposed attachment points and fuel line ports. These areas are not covered by radar-absorbing coatings, which could make the aircraft vulnerable to radar detection at a critical point during its mission. This issue presents a serious design challenge: how to create a fuel delivery system that can be ejected when empty, yet leave behind no exposed surfaces that would reflect radar waves. Solving that problem requires significant innovation in materials, fuel systems, and aircraft structure, especially when trying to keep the aircraft within the stealth specifications that give it an edge over other fighter jets. The Waller report from 2021 indicated that Israel's Air Force was leading this effort independently, but it is now clear, based on recent U.S. sources, that American defense experts also took part in helping Israel complete the project. Still, American officials have declined to share any technical details regarding how exactly the modification was carried out. The engineering behind the F-35 remains highly classified, and even the smallest structural changes are considered sensitive. While neither Israel nor the U.S. has officially confirmed the drop tank's design or functionality, the fact that Israeli F-35s were able to strike deep inside Iranian territory without refueling strongly suggests that the modification was both completed and successfully tested under real combat conditions. But just as Israel showcased the extended reach of its stealth jets, Iran responded with a bold claim of its own. Tehran has declared that it successfully downed a fourth Israeli F-35 stealth fighter jet, stating that it was intercepted by Iranian air defense forces while flying over the city of Tabriz in northwestern Iran. The latest report, broadcast by Iranian state-run Press TV, stated that the fifth-generation fighter was attempting a high-altitude strike on military facilities in the area when it was detected and destroyed. Iranian officials credited this success to the advanced capabilities of their multi-layered and largely homegrown air defense network, which they say has matured into a reliable and fully functional protective shield. The network reportedly included systems such as the Bavar 373, the Khordad 15, and the Russian-made S-300, all of which are said to be capable of tracking and intercepting even stealth aircraft like the F-35, widely regarded as one of the most advanced combat platforms in the world. Iran claims these defenses have already been tested in real combat conditions. It has provided a sequence of reported encounters with Israeli F-35s. The first Israeli jet was allegedly brought down during an early strike on the Natanz nuclear facility near the central city of Isfahan. Debris from that aircraft, according to Iranian special forces, was recovered near the impact site. The second reported loss took place in the skies near Kermanshah, where Iran's defense units supposedly succeeded in bypassing the F-35's stealth characteristics through what they described as multi-spectrum tracking. A third aircraft was reportedly targeted and destroyed near Bandar Abbas as it approached Iranian naval installations along the southern coastline near the Persian Gulf. Now, with a fourth fighter allegedly downed near Tabriz, Iran claims to have made history by becoming the first country to shoot down 4 fifth-generation stealth jets during a single conflict. Iranian authorities have further stated that 2 Israeli pilots are currently being held in custody, while another was reportedly killed after ejecting from one of the downed jets. Though Iran has not yet released visual proof of any of the interceptions, officials maintain that classified evidence exists to confirm each of the incidents and that further information may be made public in the future. Press TV, reflecting the tone of official statements, described the developments as a major achievement. The broadcaster emphasized that the repeated downing of these high-tech aircraft not only challenges Israeli air dominance, but also exposes weaknesses in the stealth jet's operational effectiveness when faced with an increasingly prepared defense network. While outside verification of Iran's claims remains limited, the reports alone have drawn international attention. If confirmed, the incidents could raise serious questions about the survivability of stealth aircraft in hostile airspace equipped with advanced detection systems. The claims also highlight the ongoing technological arms race in the region and underscore the growing confidence of Iran in its domestic defense capabilities. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.